Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today I'm going to be playing with the Wild Child collection from Colourpop. This did just launch a couple days ago. I just got it in the mail last night, so whipping up a video as fast as I can for you. As of right now, I can't tell you for sure like what will or won't be sold out by the time this video goes up. Sometimes things sell out quick, sometimes not so much, but everything I use today will be linked down below, and you can use my discount code 5BeautyBean for $5 off orders 25 or more. It doesn't always work on new collections, but it's worth a shot. I don't make any commission off of that code, it's just for you to save money. I was super excited that Colourpop sent me this collection. A lot of you actually DM'd me asking me if I was gonna get this, my opinions on it, things like that. I actually didn't expect you guys to be as interested in this collection as you were, so that was pretty cool. It made me a little more excited as well. This collection is a very rich, deeper, chocolatey, yummy kind of color story. It's all very beautiful. I love the richness. I love the depth. A lot of times Colourpop has a habit of coming out with very like airy, light, wispy kinds of colors, so it's very nice to see this depth, this richness. We need to see more of this. I really hope going forward Colourpop does a better job at balancing richer tones and lighter tones to make their brand more inclusive for everybody. It's not fair that all of their collections for the most part end up being very pale, so I really hope this ends up being something that is more frequent, especially because at the end of the day richer tones can work for a lot of different people, whereas the paler tones can only work for a very small portion of people. So I really hope this continues to just like be a thing for them. I think it would be a very good move on their part. There's really no excuse not to, so yeah, I just wanted to quickly say that. Before we get into deep chatting about the products themselves and trying them out on my face today, this is a Shop Sun & Co brand choker. You can use my affiliate code BeautyBean for 10% off. My plugs today are from Love Kills Boutique. This wig is a Christmas brand wig. Check my FAQ in the description box if you need spelling. And this is a CC brand beanie. Anyways, with all that being said, let's just move forward, chat about the products. I'll show you swatches, and then we will dive in and play with them on my face. Alright, quite a few things to talk about. I guess we can first talk about these blushes. I love the packaging. I don't like that it's plastic. I wish it was cardboard by far, but I do like the giraffe print. It's very cute. We have the shades Jet Set and Trippin. Jet Set is a little bit more of a lighter terracotta kind of blushy shade, and the Trippin one is more of a deep rosy brown kind of shade. I initially thought these looked like they could be bronzers for my skin, but I do think they're really beautiful blushes, and especially Trippin on a deeper skin tone, this would be mouth-watering. So beautiful. I'm obsessed with both of these blushes already. I think they're so pretty. They also came out with 3 new Lippy Sticks. We have Brat Pack, Oh Behave, and Sassy. They're all kind of warm, chocolatey, yummy colors. Brat is the lightest one, Sassy is the medium-toned one, and Oh Behave is the darkest one. I'm really excited about all of these. I'm always down for a neutral lip, and I really love brown-toned lips. I think it's so yummy on literally everybody. We also have 3 Super Shock shadows in the collection. I get really pumped about Super Shock shadows because I feel like, especially over the last, I don't know, maybe close to a year now, their Super Shocks are always very special, sparkly, twinkly, just glitzy, very pretty. They're not just like a basic shadow, and I'm very excited about all of these. They're my favorite thing to use for a quick one-and-done eyeshadow look before work. It's just my favorite. If you saw my one-and-done eyeshadow video, you would know that because I talked about so many Super Shocks. We have Basic Instinct, Free Reign, and Run Wild. Basic Instinct is like a really pretty, kind of toasted, orangey, rosy. I don't really know how to explain this one. It's very pretty though. Free Reign is the darkest one. It's a really pretty, just like, kind of like a dark chocolate mocha color. That is the best way I can describe this. It's very lovely. And Run Wild is the lightest of the bunch. It's just kind of a light bronzy champagne-y color with little flecks of pinky purple in it. It's very beautiful. I have it on the center of my lids right now. And finally, we have the Wild Child palette. Again, the packaging itself is cute. I love the giraffe print, but I wish it wasn't plastic. I don't know why Colourpop is suddenly doing plastic for all their palettes again. I miss the cardboard, I will say. It's another 9-pan palette, of course. 9-pans are Colourpop's thing, which I'm honestly okay with. I love a good 9-pan palette. We have mostly mattes and shimmers. We do have one of those sequin shadows, which is a matte with sparkle pressed into it, and there is a pressed glitter in here, but I'm honestly not convinced it's a pressed glitter for 2 reasons. One, I feel like their pressed glitter in this palette almost just feels like a textured shimmer. Like, it doesn't feel like they're shimmers. It has more texture than that. Like, it has a little bit of grit, but it doesn't feel like a glitter either. And the other reason I say that is because it doesn't have the indication on the back of the palette where it says not intended for use on the eye area, which glitters usually do. So I don't know if this is a glitter or not. I didn't use it today just because I was using other things, but to me this is like a very textured shimmer. It doesn't seem like a glitter. It could be a misprint though, because the shadow that is indicated for not use around the immediate eye area is the Grassland shade, which is that sequin shadow, which is the matte with sparkle pressed into it. And I mean, it's just like their regular sequin shadows, so I'm not really sure. So I don't know if it's a misprint and this is supposed to be indicated because it's a pressed glitter, or if the sequin shadow is just not meant for use around the eye area. I'm not sure. So I honestly don't know if there's a pressed glitter in this or not. I'm kind of confused. I'm not positive. And even if it is a pressed glitter, I'm kind of happier with whatever formula this is because it doesn't feel so gritty and glittery. It feels a bit softer. So I'm not really sure. I know that was just like a big rant of confusion, but there's that. Overall, I am happy with like the majority of this palette. We have 4 mattes, 3 traditional shimmers, 1 that may be a glitter or shimmer, not positive, and 1 that's a sequin shadow. And you guys know the sequin shadows aren't my favorite. I would much rather this be a matte or a shimmer because in my experience, the glitter just doesn't really stick around. So to me, it's kind of pointless. It can stick around if you really press it with your finger, but I don't know. It's just, I'd rather use something more impactful as a shimmer. You know what I mean? I like the shades they chose for the mattes. I feel like it can be very versatile. You can do a lot of different looks with this. I'm pretty pleased with this. I do want an answer about this pressed glitter situation though. I'm gonna go to their website really quick since this has already launched to answer my own question. Okay, yes, the palette itself is misprinted, but Lashes is a pressed glitter according to the website, and then Grasslands is just a regular sequin shadow. But yeah, either way, I'm happier with this glitter formula, even though like you're not supposed to use glitter on the eyes. This one does feel softer. It doesn't feel super gritty. Okay, anyways, that was very ranty. I apologize. Yeah, this is just a first impressions. It's not a review. It's my first and only time using this collection. However, I'm very familiar with just all of these products in general from Colourpop, so I'll give you my thoughts to the best of my ability at the end of the video. I will at some point try to do an Instagram video with this palette. No promises. I have like a never-ending list, but I will try to. And this collection, as usual, will be featured in my next new makeup releases roundup review if you want even more in-depth reviews, but I'll be able to give you pretty thorough thoughts since I used actually most of the things today. So let's just move on to the tutorial, and at the end, I will give you my thoughts thus far on everything that I used. Hello, how's it going? I'm excited to play with this collection. Actually, I'm even more excited just because over the last like day or two, I've had so many people messaging me even before I showed on Instagram stories that I got this collection that you guys were excited and really wanted to see looks. So I feel like I'm even more excited because you guys were excited. I didn't expect you guys to be as excited about this one, but who doesn't love some just rich chocolatiness, you know? I'm getting ready for work. Got my coffee. We're good to go. Today's Friday the 22nd. I think this video is going to go up tomorrow. I'm going to try to edit that tonight when I get off work. At this moment, I already have on primer, foundation, concealer, powder, and a little bit of bronzer. So we're just going to jump into blush because there are some blushes in the collection. The one that I want to use is Trippin. It's the darker one. It's just really pretty. I know this is not meant for my skin tone, but I do love a pigmented blush. Yeah. Can't take that away from me, so that's what I'm going to do today. This is an Alter Ego number 3 brush. I always love an angled brush for my blush. When I saw pictures online, these blushes gave me bronzer vibes. I was like, are those really blushes? Because they seem kind of like bronzers, but in person I feel like they have a little bit more, like this one has a little bit more of a rosier tone. It's really pretty. I feel like these are very summery blushes. Like summery neutrals. Obviously my wig's not glued down. It is what it is. That's really pretty. There are some sparkles in this formula, so it gives it a little bit more of a glowy effect. Because I feel like with some of Colourpop's like shimmery blushes in the past, they've just been matte with shimmer pressed into it. But I feel like lately when they do shimmery blushes, it just creates this glow that I'm really, really into. Oh, I love that. I might actually pop the other blush on my nose, just because why not, you know? Let's just have some fun. I actually was really excited when I saw this collection, even though you guys know I'm not like the biggest neutral person. I do get down with neutrals sometimes, and I'm into cool tones and I'm into really rich chocolatey neutrals. I think it's just really pretty, and I'm pretty excited about this. And I like the components of this collection. I love blushes, I love Super Shock shadows, I love the Lippy Stick formula. The palettes are a hit or miss just depending on what the formula is. I do have some gripes with this one, but I'll get into that. Oh, I love this. Isn't that such a beautiful blush? And obviously it's really dark for me, so I feel like this would be like stunning on someone with a deeper skin tone. I just can't. Ooh, that's beautiful. Okay, the other one's called Jet Set. Let's just pop a little of that on the nose. Just for a little extra, why not? Ooh, that's a pretty color as well. It's a little bit more of a like terracotta-y neutral. It's a little bit more like orangey warm rather than rosy warm, if that makes sense. It's not orange, but more in that realm. It's very cute. Ooh, I really like both of these blushes. These are very much up my alley. I do not own a single blush that is similar to Trippin in my collection, so this will be a nice little addition. Cool, I like that. Like it a lot. I need to pop on some fake freckles now. This is my Kimchi Chic fake freckle product. I don't think I want to go too ham with the freckles. I just want like a couple scattered around my bridge of my nose area today. I hope you guys are doing well. I don't know if I asked how you're doing. How's your day going? I'm doing okay. I'm in a good mood. I woke up a little earlier than normal this morning, and for some reason my brain did not know like what day it was. I was like, what is today? What's going on? Why am I waking up a little early? And I was like, oh yeah, it's Friday. I'm filming. I really like these blushes. I can't stop staring at my cheeks. Very cute. And for highlight today, I'm going to use my Fenty How Many Carats Diamond Bomb. It's just kind of like a clear, wet sort of highlight. With that, I'm going to use my Kaleidos H2. I find that this particular product works best with either a very, very dense brush like this, or a sponge, or your finger. And I'm trying to use some more of this product up. I have some pans starting, so I want to just keep using it. Ooh, yes. Wet and dewy. All about it. All right, well now I'm just going to set my face with my Milk Hydrogrip setting spray. I'm getting so close to the end of this. I love this stuff. All right, let's move on to the eyes. Obviously, we're going to play with the palette. I think I want to do a halo eye today, just something very dark, deep, rich in like my crease and outer and inner corners, and then play with some of the shimmers. I do want to play with one of the Super Shock shadows. I think I want to play with Run Wild. It looks like just a kind of like light bronzy shade, but it has these little flecks of like pinky purple in it. I don't know how well they're going to show up on my eyes, but it intrigues me, so I think I want that to be like the center of my halo eye. All right, let's do this. This is my Urban Decay Primer Potion. I'm going to throw this on my eyeballs. I'm going to blend it out, and I'm not going to set it because I don't prefer to do that. Do you have any plans this weekend? I don't. I'm just working on Saturday, and then Sunday I think I'm just doing some YouTube stuff. Nothing too crazy. Let's see. I want to start with Spotted and just kind of run that, although it's hashtag spotted. I missed the hashtag, my finger covered it. And I want to run that through my crease. This is my e.l.f. J Kissa brush. It's the J3. It's a blending brush. I'm going to tilt my head back slightly so that I can just kind of create a very smooth, rounded kind of situation. All right, moving on. I think I want to go ahead and take Herd to Get, the third darkest shade. I'm going to take that on this little e.l.f. brush. It's the e.l.f. crease brush. It's like a long, skinny blending brush. This I'm going to start focusing only on the inner and outer portion of my eye. And I don't want this to be a very winged out look. I want it to be very rounded. So I'm not going to take it out much further than my eyeball. I have another neutral video coming soon with the Alter Ego Canyon palette, my first impressions on that. So I wanted to do a completely different eye shape with this look so that it doesn't feel too repetitive. Hope that's good with you. Just taking this all across my lower lash line as well. Just little bits at a time so it stays within my control. I'm going to take Ground Crew now, that second darkest shade, or I guess second lightest shade. This is an Alter Ego number 6 brush. It's just a slightly smaller blending brush than the e.l.f. one I used earlier. I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to very, very lightly, holding the end of my brush so I have light pressure, just start doing little swirls along the edges of that darker shade I laid down. Just picking up teensy little bits of product at a time, not a lot. Want to make sure this stays nice and neat and pretty and in my control. And I'm also just going to swirl this all across my lower lash line. Sometimes with my halo eyes, I like to leave a blank in the middle, so it's haloed on the upper and lower. But most of the time, I like a super smoky lower lash to go with it. So far, we're looking good. I'm going to take a little bit more of that hashtag spotted shade just to rebuff out the edges here. I am dragging a little bit through the center here, but it's fine. I don't mind a little bit of that depth going through the center. I just want it mostly focused on the inner and outer. So the only time I'm dragging it through the center is when I use my biggest brush. So far, this is all going well. There you have it. All right, now I want to take Feisty, the darkest matte in the palette. I'm going to take that on a pencil brush. This is a Colourpop E27. And I just want to pop that right in the inner and outer portion of my lid. Not taking this into the crease at all, just focusing it exactly on my lid. Just like that, just creating all that depth. Oh, I love a halo eye. And I want to drag this across my bottom as well, keeping it nice and tight to my lower lash line. Sorry I'm not very chatty, I feel like I'm in focus mode now. Just in the zone. We are looking good, my friends. I'm gonna take that Hard to Get shade, that third darkest shade on that little e.l.f. brush, just a tiny, tiny bit of this. And I'm just very lightly, again, holding the end of my brush. I'm barely putting any pressure. Just lightly smudging a little bit of this product right along the outer edge of that shade. And again, a little bit on that lower lash as well, just to help buff it out. And now we're just gonna work our way down the line. I'm gonna take that Alter Ego number 6 brush that I used with the second lightest shade. I don't have any additional product on this, however. And I'm just going to, again, just very lightly buff at these edges in the inner and outer portion and my lower lash line. And finally, taking that biggest brush, the e.l.f. brush I used with the lightest shade. And again, I do not have product on this brush either. Just gonna go to town on that. Very nice. All right, so for my inner and outer portion for the shimmer, I want to place Icon. This is just going to be kind of a buffer from that Super Shock shadow I lay down into like the mattes that we have going on. I'm just going to use a really small kind of dense packing brush. This is a Spectrum A13, and of course some NYX Glitter Primer because I use that with every shimmer ever. I'm just going to lightly press some of this in the inner and outer portion of my lid. And now I'm going to take Icon, that deep shimmery color. And I'm just going to start packing and placing that right in the inner and outer portion. It's gonna seem like we're just completely covering up that matte we just put down, and we are a little bit, but the point of laying the matte down first is so I can have a little bit of that blend and buffer towards the crease so that it can all flow nicely. Ooh, it's looking good, we're looking good. Ooh, I love that. I'm gonna really quick take that Alter Ego brush that I had from before, no product on this, just to lightly smudge at these edges before I go in with my middle shade. Gonna quickly take a little bit more glitter primer just on my finger and pop it on that center portion. We're not doing a cut crease halo eye today, we're just gonna slap it on. And now we're gonna take that Run Wild shade. And I'm just gonna use that same sticky finger. That's gonna go right there in the center. Ooh, wow, that's beautiful. Holy moly, that's really cute. I'm gonna take that brush that I had with the darker shimmer. I don't have any additional product on this. I'm just lightly going to just kind of pat right where those two shimmers meet so it all just merges and flushes together nicely. And then taking that Alter Ego brush again, very light pressure, and I'm not dragging all the way. I'm just making sure there's no harsh line. Wow, I love that. I feel like I want to pop yet another shimmer though. I really like the look of this close-up shade, so I want to pop some of this on the lower lash line. I'm just taking another pencil brush. This is the e.l.f. J Kissa J4. I want to try popping it in the center a little bit. I know I said I wanted a smoky lower lash, but I think maybe a little bit of a shimmery one. It's going across most of my lower lash, actually. Ooh, that's a pretty shimmer. I love a lower lash line shimmer. If you don't do it, you should try it. And I guess for my inner corner, let's just use Fierce because I haven't used that shade yet. So dabble a little bit of that here. This is definitely not a perfect inner corner highlight for my ghostly skin, but it's still gonna be very cute. And it'll be a beautiful inner corner highlight on deeper skin. Oh, I love that. I love this whole look. I'm not even like a big neutral person, but I just think this is very glamorous and very pretty. I like this a lot. I guess at this point I'm going to throw this on this eye, throw my lashes, eye pencil, one of the lipsticks that came in the collection, and I'll be back when I'm complete. All right, this is the look complete. I forgot to mention earlier, but I actually can see the little flecks of like pinky purple in that Super Shock shadow. It's nothing you can see from afar. Like I guarantee you probably can't see it on camera, but when I look up close, you can see those little twinkles of it. So I feel like if you use that particular Super Shock shadow just all over the lid and just kind of buffed it out as a quick one and done look, you'd probably see a little bit of something something. Nothing crazy, but I think it's cute and I just wanted to mention I can see it. The eye pencil I went with is Glitzy Gold. Nothing crazy. I just wanted something kind of in this realm Realm and also Metallic just to go with what's going on without taking away from anything. These lashes are the style Heather from Noella Lashes. And then on my lips, I could not decide between Oh Behave and Sassy, so I did both. I went with kind of a two-tone thing, so Oh Behave, the darker one, is on top, and Sassy, the medium-toned one, is on bottom. And I think it's cute. I feel like I should do a subtle two-toned lip look more often because that's adorable. So works out when you can't decide what to do. So yeah, this is the look. I feel very content with this. I think it's very pretty. I guess let me zoom you out and I'll give you my thoughts thus far on the collection. All right, welcome back. How was the tutorial? Did you enjoy it? I love how this look came out. I really like this subtle two-toned look because it's not super obvious, but it's very cute. It gives me cartoon vibes like Kim Possible. You know how she always had the darker upper lip? Love it. All right, let's talk about the things. I'm obsessed with both of these blushes. I have a feeling Trippin is going to become one of my favorite blushes ever. It's just so beautiful. One of my favorite blushes I probably ever tried from Colourpop. I think I might even like this one more than Crossroads, and you guys know how much I love Crossroads. I used 2 of the 3 Lippy Sticks. I like the finish. It's very creamy. I like this formula. It's very comfortable. Wow, traffic is crazy at 9 a.m. on a Friday. I used 2 of the 3 Lippy Sticks. The only one I didn't use is Brat Pack, the lightest, but I really like this formula. I love the colors they came out with. These are probably lipsticks that I'm going to reach for many times going forward because these are very much up my alley. I love a good grungy neutral brown. It's just so good. Now the Super Shocks, obviously I only used the Run Wild one on the center of my lids, but I'm really excited about the other 2. I will likely pick these up as like a quick before work eyeshadow look on the days that I have to work but don't have time to film but still want to look a little more alive. That's what I use these for, so I'm sure I will pick up the other 2 at some point and use them. The Run Wild one definitely excites me the most just because I like that extra little bit of twinkle and sparkle in there, but yeah, that's all I really have to say. They're good and I'm excited about them. And the palette I'm pretty content with. It's not my favorite palette in the world, but I don't have that many major gripes. Like, yes, there is the sequin shadow that I don't love, and there technically is a glitter, even though that was a very confusing beginning of the video. Overall, I like everything else about it. I like the mattes they chose. It's not filled with sequin shadows, which makes me happy. I like the depth that's in here. You can do a lot of dramatic or easygoing things. You can do quite a variety. I can see a lot of people really liking this palette, so that's exciting. Overall, I'm pretty content with this collection. A lot of things are hits for me. A lot of these are things I'm going to reach for multiple times over going forward. Overall, I'm pretty content. I'm very excited because I think the Animal Crossing collection is getting sent to me and I can't wait to play with that stuff. I'm so excited. I'll have a video up as soon as I can if I get it. I'm so pumped. I'd love to know what you think about this collection though. Do you plan on picking anything up? Do you want to pick anything up? What are your thoughts? Leave all your thoughts down below. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me a giraffe emoji because the giraffe print. And if you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's BeautBean. Follow me there. I post every single day. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm posting most days here as well. Please make sure you're staying informed with everything that's going on in the world. There will be links in my description box that will take you to information and resources and ways in which you can help. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.